Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we are gonna talk about Nicki Minaj husband Kenneth Petty being placed on a 120 days home probation after sending threats at Offset. Now, yesterday, Nicki Minaj tweeted, "I told you not to bite the bait," right? And then people believe that Nicki Minaj was talking about Cardi and Offset. When I saw the tweet from Nicki, I said, you know what? Kenneth Petty has just gotten himself into trouble. And that is what she's talking about. The moment she tweeted, that's what I gathered, right? Because if you remember how the story goes and not the lies that people are running around on social media with. Offset is the one who jumped into Kenneth Petty's friend DM, sending threats. Offset and Cardi B, highly mischievous. What they do, they know that whatever Kenneth Petty does, people are going to always say sex offender. People are going to always say Nicki Minaj marry a sex offender. And they know that Kenneth Petty is tiki, boom, boom. He is easily triggered. Very arrogant, grown-ass man, if you ask me. No, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be as real as it gets. Initially, when I heard of Kenneth Petty's story without knowing all the details, I'm like, ew, why would Nicki Minaj marry such a guy? But then after watching that video of Jennifer Hoff herself basically claiming that what this man went to jail for didn't happen and she wanted to let the judge know she wasn't allowed to speak and all of that, her information that is coming from her mouth, it hasn't been consistent, right? So my focus from that moment going forward, was never the past actions. And then I came across the court document, right? And with his court documents, it didn't say rape. It said, I think it said attempted violation or attempted rape or something like that. I'm going to find the document or the video and include it for you guys. So I'm saying this is lining up with the video that I saw from Jennifer, wherein she wanted to talk to the judge to let the judge know that, that didn't happen. Anyway, let's put that aside for now. However, or whatever went down, Kenneth Petty knows that he has a criminal record, right? And if you want people to believe that you're innocent, you have to show them that you were innocent. And he's not showing people that he is innocent. He consistently shows people that he is an aggressor. And I believe what is going on in the background is Nicki, because make no mistakes, Nicki Minaj may act like a hood rat some of the times, and she does. She does. I love Nicki because she's super talented. And when I tell you super talented, when you listen to Nicki's music, you can tell that Nicki is a very educated woman because it takes a different level of education in order to be so impeccable with her craft. But there are moments when Nicki behave and it's just hood rat mentality, and it is such a huge turnoff. But I can never be turned off from her music. It's like R. Kelly. What R. Kelly did was so wrong. Very wrong, cannot support it. But when you listen to R. Kelly song, you're in love with his music. But when you look at R. Kelly, you're like, ew, disgusting. Lock his ass up and throw away the key. It's the same thing for Nicki and Kenneth Petty. Kenneth Petty is a very arrogant man. There's even no excuse for his arrogance. And ever since Nicki got involved with Kenneth Petty, I've distanced myself from her, because I'm saying this man is just ruining her entire career. Nicki could have achieved so much more if it hadn't been for Kenneth Petty. And what I sense is that Nicki has been trying to make him understand that Hollywood and your real world, they're not the same thing. They're two different worlds. Cardi B and Offset, highly mischievous. And when I tell you highly mischievous, Cardi and Offset, they are very problematic, highly mischievous. And they throw rocks and they hide their hands. They have never done anything. And they're very calculated with the mischief they make, who they pick on, and who they pick on consistently, right? And this is what they do to Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj. Because if Nicki Minaj is right, she's wrong. And if she's wrong, she's wrong, right? So Offset jumped into Kenneth Petty's friend DM. He knew that Kenneth Petty would have gotten involved because that's Kenneth Petty's right-hand man. And he knew that Kenneth Petty would have either be thrown behind bars or be hit with a home detention, probation, or something. It was all a calculated move. So Nicki Minaj has been there telling him, do not bite the bait. But being the arrogant asshole that he is, he had to bite that bait. He's there with Nicki Minaj. He's not opening his eyes to see how much his arrogance, coupled with his presence, is harming her career because he's an arrogant asshole. Can this guy even read? Someone tell me. Can Kenneth Petty even read? Because you know how he behaves? He acts as though he cannot even read nor write. That is how Kenneth Petty behaved. The image of a family man is there. When you see him with his son, perfect. When you see him with his wife, perfect. When he opens his mouth, God forbid, go back inside. And a grown-ass man was on the streets, a man who has a son, a man who has a criminal record. He's not thinking. And I can tell that Nicki is drained because Nicki's there saying, I told you not to bite the bait. But he did bit into it. And now he has violated his federal probation, by being on the streets, telling that we outside, pull up, pull up, pull up. And then Offset knew what he did, right? Cardi B and Offset knew what they did. They knew what would be the end result. So Offset was there jeering him, mocking him, and moving on with his life while he was out there not even thinking about his wife, image, or career, because Kenneth Petty doesn't know what it is like to fight for anything, not even his own image. He doesn't know what it is like to fight for not even his own image. And this is why I say, I don't care what Nicki want to say. If you respect her, you respect her marriage. She shouldn't even have been with this man, and she should have let his ass go like 1,000 years ago, because ain't no way you see that your woman's career is struggling because of you. In a sense, though, because Nicki's doing really well, but Kenneth Petty is hampering her career. She would have been a lot better if it hadn't been for him. Many people don't want to work with Nicki because of Kenneth Petty. There are certain doors that I believe would have been open to her, but because of Kenneth Petty, she's not getting that respect that people would want to give to her. But when you go on TikTok, you see everyone singing, rapping to a Nicki Minaj, because the girl is damn talented. And you cannot dismiss the fact that she is one of the most talented rappers of all time, male and female combined. You cannot take that away from her. But here comes arrogant ass Kenneth Petty in her life, ruin it all. Just stumbling through everything, wrecking everything that she has worked to create. And it seems as though she's exhausted. Seems as though She's just hoping that he would just leave, realize what he's doing, and just leave her alone and move on. Because now it is said that, as per the documents, right, they want him to wear a ankle monitoring bracelet that he has to pay for monthly. It is less than $20. That's no money to Nicki Minaj, even though people may joke about her being broke. She's not broke, right? She can cover that. And there's rich people broke and there's poor people broke, right? Also, they're gonna limit his movements, right? And they want to enforce other sanctions against him for his non-compliance. And they're hoping that if they do so, he will reflect on his ways. But after this man went to jail, if he didn't take that time to reflect on his ways, then he's not going to do so now. Nicki is talking to him. And after his probation is up, I also believe that he has to do community service. What I do believe that Nicki should do is to send this asshole back to school. Get this jackass a private tutor. Get him some education on emotional intelligence. Get him some therapy because he clearly needs to be put in a corner on timeout. Give him the therapy to do so he can cry, let go of that emotions, and just come to terms that, listen, you're either going to enhance your wife life, image, and career, or you're going to leave her alone because you by yourself, you're doing a lot more harm than good. I believe that Nicki needs to give him that if she hasn't, because he does need it. Because this grown-ass man is just out here acting wild, acting a damn fool. I don't even know. But then sometimes if you look at Nicki's hood rat mentality, you can see why she chose him. Well, that's all I have to say about that, because when I see the truth, I have to say it. I have to say it like it is. Nicki does act like a hood rat from time to time, but most of the time you can tell that she's smart, very educated. But Kenneth Petty, he's giving arrogant ass all the time. Family man, some of the times. Offset Cardib, very problematic, highly mischievous, throw rocks and hides their hand consistently. And that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what are your thoughts and check in with you all later. Peace.